What's sad?
Oh, hold on. Fix the mic.
Don't say sad. It's sad.
Wait, I can't see you.
Why you gotta see me? You're supposed to be looking at the camera.
I know, but
I'm gonna definitely look at myself.
Don't look at the
I'm gonna look at myself. What do you know?
Okay. Wait, what's this show called?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Can
we
you
don't.
give me some of that?
We don't. So we don't know. What are we doing?
So, okay, we're starting? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already started.
We have to get the first time jitters out.
Lipstick on this.
Don't do that. Just drink from another side.
No, I don't like lipstick on my
Let me
glass.
clean it. Am I get a napkin? Okay, here, let
I
me.
got it right here. Go, what were you
Okay.
doing?
You want me to start while you're cleaning?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not deleting any of this. This is all being kept.
No, you're gonna edit this, right?
No, I'm not. This is not getting edited at all.
Oh my god, okay. Hi. We are gonna be talking about life, our journey. Not just our journey, but our personal journey, our journey together. And today was perfect because it's our 1 year anniversary. And I can't believe that. It's crazy. And so we're gonna talk about it and yeah, just you know.
I don't know what to say.
You haven't said anything, so
I
I'm
know.
doing better than you.
I know, but okay. Well, okay. Yeah, so we don't exactly know what this is going to be. This is something that I brought to her attention. When was this? A month ago?
Mm-hmm.
A month ago, and then she told me, oh, yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do.
It's true. Since I was 17, I've been wanting to... don't make that face.
Go.
Okay, I'm serious. Okay, since I was 17, I had this... It's like a whole thing, but basically, like, I just feel compelled to share my story because when I was 17, I just had this, like, thought that, you know, people share their life journey from the perspective of, like, they made it, like, the success, you know, and then they're looking back and telling you the story of, like, how they got there. And although I would love that to be my situation, I feel like the years go on and I'm waiting to get somewhere. Waiting to get there. I'm waiting to like have like my dreams fulfilled and different things. And every single year, all the time, I'm always thinking, I'm supposed to be telling the story. And so it's like this like battle that I've had this for like the last 10 years basically of like, I'm supposed to be telling the story, but nothing's happening. And so I don't want to share anything. And that's kind of the point is like, that's the journey is like sometimes, you know, we want to just talk about like the highlight reel and stuff like that. And I'm really passionate about the journey and like the growth that I've been on and like all these things that have happened, you know. And so when you brought it up, I lost it. I was like, because I never told him these things. He literally just was like, hey, I feel like we should, you know, have a thing and talk about the journey. And I was like, what? Oh my God, this is exactly. And he's like, cool. But yeah, so it's a big deal to me.
Yeah, so let me break it down because I understand some of the stuff that she said. But pretty much what it is you get a lot. Is it motivational stuff? Mm-hmm. Is it motivational stuff?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, you want to motivate people?
Oh, no, like,
that's
yeah,
your dream.
I mean, not, my dream is to bring healing and, bring healing through vulnerability. And so...
Vulnerability, that's the word. That's our word.
And that's obviously going to motivate. That's going to do a lot of different things.
So a lot of people who are motivational speakers and who are, you know, people that we look up to, like mentors and all that, usually they come from a place of success. and a place of I made it, like, so we look at them, we say that's the example, so I should take their advice. But here's the thing, everybody comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Right? So what would it be like to follow the journey of someone who hasn't gotten there yet, wants to get there, and is not sure where that road is going to take them, what's going to get in the way, all that stuff. So vulnerability is the word, because, it puts me, it puts us in a place of, vulnerability, because she has a vision for herself and her life, and I do myself. But the problem is we don't know. We don't know, how successful that's going to be. She's starting off as a singer and songwriter, and I'm an actor and director and writer. And we've done things, but there's, we aspire to go a lot further in life. And I think this first video is just introducing ourselves, relating the purpose of it, right?
I know this is not attractive, but my back was really itching. So.
And being vulnerable with ourselves, and allowing other people to share that journey, and wherever you are in life and where you're trying to go, life is it can hit you pretty hard, and things have been really crazy in the last couple of years, for maybe everybody. So we don't know where we're going to be in a week, in a month, in a year, but we want to be able to share that experience and hopefully grow together. And that's where.
Yeah. And honestly, this is kind of scary, to be honest, of like, just putting everything kind of out there. But again, this is just something I've been thinking about for 10 years. And I just think it's really important. I think it creates space for people to like feel like they don't have to be perfect. And I know I struggle with that sometimes, and like, or a lot of the times, and just feeling like, I have this pressure to be a certain thing. And even like you said, I'm a singer, so when I post, I'm like, I feel like
Wait, what did I say?
When I'm a singer.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I like post, and I'm like, I want people to think that I'm like an actual singer. I don't know. And I just feel like
singer.
My daily life and like what I'm doing, like the struggles I go through to get there, to post something is like, it's a lot. And I'm like, I scroll and I'm like, wow, everyone's so good at this. And I don't know, maybe someone thinks that about me, maybe not, I don't know. But like, if they do, I'm like, bro, you have no idea. You have no idea. So I want to talk about it. I just think it creates space for people to say, oh, like,
I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan. She's like, why is that relevant?
How does my profile look? Because I can't see.
You look fine.
Okay.
You look fine. So I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan, and recently, I don't know when this is going to come out. So just so you know, this is December 1st, right? Our 1 year since we've been together. I don't know, anniversary. That's not for married people.
No.
Put in the comments, is anniversary for married people, or you could just be like boyfriend, girlfriend, and then a year passed and that's like your anniversary.
It's a year,
so you got to buy a gift. Huh?
Yes. You buy gifts. Well, you don't have to buy gifts. I bought a gift,
Anyway, back to what I was saying. So it's December 1st.
Somebody didn't buy a gift.
So in the news today.
No, but really though, I know, but listen, just really quick. This is the best gift ever for me.
What?
This, like all of this.
It's not a gift, actually. It's just
to me, it feels like a gift.
Okay, well then it's a gift. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So I'm a huge Miami Dolphins fan, and our quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa. You know that? Do you know that? Mm. She doesn't know much about. But his first 2 years, he was struggling. And it just came out, a story just came out where he said there were times where he would go and he would look in the mirror and he would say, do I suck? He would ask himself that question, do I suck? Because of things that fans would say. Sometimes I can't stand Miami Dolphins fans, man. I guess you know what we've been losing so many times that we're just shady and we don't care anymore. So our fans have grown to be like super bad. Anyway, they would hate on him and the coaches wouldn't like him. So he went to the mirror and he told himself, "Do I suck?" And he would do that multiple times. And I can what's the word when you can? I can relate to that. I don't know why I can think of that.
The word when you can relate.
All right. I can relate to that. But what happened was this year she's a very loving person and I'm trying to like
accept it.
No, I accept it. I'm trying to
you see how he responds though? That's normal.
I'm trying to get used to it. But anyway, so the coach, Mike McDaniels, the Dolphins coach, went and found 700 plays. 700. She doesn't know the story, so I'm telling it to everybody right now.
Yes.
700 plays, and he showed Tua Tagovailoa all of these plays to show him how great and how good he actually is. You did this good. You did that good. Nobody can move your feet like that. Nobody can do that, with that accuracy, with your, the way your body is contorted, all these things. And then he was like, "Oh, actually, I believe you. I think that I am good." And the most amazing thing happened. It's year 3, and I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the season, but it's year 3, and he's 8-0. 8 games won, 0 games lost so far. There were 3 games that the Dolphins lost, but he was injured, with those games. And I relate to that because there's a lot that the world tell you, you're not supposed to be good at this, or you're not qualified for this position, or you're not good enough to, have this award, have this record deal,
have this podcast.
Everybody can do a podcast nowadays. Everybody do a podcast. Well,
so I feel like that.
Right. You're not good enough to be listened to. You're not good enough to, have a hit song and all these things. Excuse me. All these things. And that's, you can tell the story about, starting to play guitar and somebody told you you're not a guitarist. And so you stop practicing and stop, learning all these things.
That's a true story.
This is what the world does to you. It literally tell you, you don't belong. And so as a child, the possibilities are endless, right? God made you a certain way and he gave you those gifts and you're blessed. So now you're able to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? And then mom or dad says, "Hey, I'm not going to give you those piano lessons. You need to be in school learning math because you're going to be a mathematician." Or you shouldn't play football, or you shouldn't play basketball. You shouldn't be outside playing sports all the time. You should be like learning computers. That was my dad wanted me to be a computer technician or something like that. Well, I have Haitian parents. They want to be a computer technician or a doctor or a lawyer. I think everybody wants their kid to be a doctor or a lawyer, but not everybody wants to be that. But that's what I mean. The world tells you that you're not supposed to do that. And so now as adults, you have to sort of find who you were meant to be. You have to find if you hear that's Boba's walking around, that's Boba's my dog. I have a little 12-year-old Frenchie. He's up there in age. And so now you have to find your way again. And that's part of what this is. It's to reinvigorate, to reinvest, and to re-identify ourselves with who we're supposed to be, with who God made us to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, podcast over. Okay, everything's over
no,
now.
No, well, I was gonna say, you were talking about how the really amazing football guy,
The really amazing football guy.
Yeah, the Dolphins guy. He said, so he was looking at his footage,
this is
and
why
then
she's not going to the Dolphins game.
He got
next
proof.
Week.
Well, I want to go.
Yeah.
He got proof that he was good. And I feel like a lot of times what happens is that we get proof of the thing that we believe. So like, you know, if I'm like, oh, I'm not a good singer, and then I try to sing and I can't hit a note, then I'm like, see, proof that I can't do it. And I feel like over time, like, Boba, can you lay down?
I think he wants a toy or something.
He has a toy.
Okay. He wants another toy.
He wants to be in the podcast. Pick him up.
He's fine.
Anyways, so what I'm saying is, we have proof of things, and it goes deep into like who we believe that we are. Like, I believe, you know, for a long time, I believed that I was a failure because I had a lot of proof in my life of things that I failed to do. Baby, just hit the mic.
Oh, sorry. Wait, hold that thought.
I'm saying something very profound.
Sorry, go.
No, I'm just saying. Well, I'm done now.
Sometimes you need proof to.
Yeah, well, so what we believe, we have proof that like that's accurate. And so what I think that what I've kind of been on this journey of, like, especially this year, is instead of looking for proof about what I believe, acknowledging what I believe and dismantling it if I need to, or reassessing what I really believe, and really going on that journey of understanding what I believe about myself and what God thinks of me and all of that, and going on that journey. And then that actually changes, Boba, that actually changes the proof. So then you believe that you are capable, and then you start to do things that give you proof that you are capable. And so, anyways, it's crazy how that happens, but I know I've been on that journey, and it's not an easy journey. It's not just like, you know, an instant thing. So I'm really excited to talk more about that, and like, you know, because it's been a crazy year, babe. I feel like I've grown. I mean, I've grown so much. You've seen. You've seen me grow, and even before we got together, I was on on my journey of like growing and just assessing my life and seeing, like, you know, what's going on. So
I think that's a very, very important thing for everyone, is to realize he's just gonna walk around. He's just gonna.
He can't hear. He's deaf, so I have to like point.
He can. Yeah, he'll be fine.
There you go.
Okay, so everybody's like, "What's going on?"
I know.
It's very important because.
It wasn't that funny, but I don't know why I laughed at.
It's very important because, you know, I think so. We met about 4 years ago.
Yes.
We met about 4 years ago. Our friend Marvin Winans introduced us. Sort of introduced us.
Well,
we knew each other.
I was singing in the church choir, and he took a picture of me on the screen. He sent it to Marvin and was like, "Who's this?"
It's a longer story than that, but
that's how it started. That's
I know,
what
but
happened.
it's, you know, it's, yeah,
I'm telling
it goes
you,
on.
We're gonna tell the story now.
No, it's gonna be too loud. No, we're not gonna. You really want to tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Everyone wants to know the story. And then Marvin actually, I think it was that same day, he sat me down and he was like, "Hey, my friend's interested in you. And listen, your girl was not in a good place in that time of my life. I was going through a lot. Honestly, it wouldn't have been good if we were together at that time. But I was just basically like, you know, God's working on me. I'm just not in a place right now, blah, blah. And I saw him. After that, he came to a few of my shows that I had. He was like kind of showing up, and I was like, when they show up to your things, you're like,
you're like, what? What does that mean?
You're like, okay, what do you want? You know.
What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you want?
Well, because like, okay, you're interested. Well, obviously, I already knew that, but like,
okay.
You know, I was in a relationship at the time, and like
I wasn't showing up. I was showing up before the relationship.
You were showing up before the relationship, during, and then he asked me to sing at his birthday one time, and I did, and I accidentally called him Wes on the microphone. And he would like text me all the time.
All the time.
Well, like often. And every year on my birthday, every year for Christmas and New Year's, he would text me. And sometimes I would respond and sometimes I wouldn't respond. Most of the time I wouldn't. And then my perspective of this story is like I went on a dating fast. Actually, I know it's kind of cheesy, but whatever. That's what I did. And it was honestly the best time of my life. I needed that so much. And I could talk about it another time, but I just really like basically was with the Lord every day about like just everything in my life. And anyways, it was a great 6 months. And after that, I remember specifically saying, which again, this is like a miracle, but I was like, I want to like be open to going on dates with maybe some people that have asked me in the past, you know. I wasn't thinking about him specifically. I didn't even think about him, but like that's something that I said. So then fast forward, I went on a few dates, and then in November on my birthday last year, he texted me and I was like, oh, oh my gosh, my sister was like, if he asks you, you need to go on a date with him. And I was like, I know, like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So then he did ask me, and I was like, oh my goodness. So we planned for the 27th on Saturday. Well, first we planned for the 26th, and then I canceled, and then I rescheduled it, and the 27th, and we went out, and literally, it was just, it sounds so cliche, but it was just like one of those things where I literally was like, who is this person? Like, what? I had such a good time, and I wanted to be close to him. If you know me, which you probably don't, but if you do, it takes me forever to like someone. And for me, I guess someone was like, it did take you 4 years. I was like, true. So, but like literally in that moment,
3 years.
the first day I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to be close to you. What am I feeling? It was so crazy. And then he asked me out, 5 days later a few days later, because, he couldn't wait another second. And that's a whole thing we could talk about another time. But that's basically how it happened. And
yeah, we made it official. Like
it's been such
we made
a
it official like 4 days later. So that was December 1st last year. So now it's December 1st.
This year.
So yeah, it's been a year. It's been a year since we made it official. And what have you learned in this last year?
Well, I mean, how much time we have? Oh my God. So I've learned so many things. There's so much that we could talk about, but I think the biggest takeaway, I mean, honestly, like, you have just like seen me and loved me in a way that very few people have in my life. And that kind of like love and acceptance changes someone. And so I could talk about all of the things that I've done and all the ways that I've grown, but honestly, I think I've just been loved. Honestly.
So, yeah.
Don't get weird now. No, seriously. I have no idea. I have no idea. I've like always really struggled with like just feeling accepted and loved by people, and I think I'm still in shock about like the things that you have done and the way that you see me, and like you've never tried to change me, and I feel like that's what has made the difference. And I think because of that, you were able to help me see who I really am, and then that comes out, because I think people see how amazing other people can be, but on their time, on their agenda, they want you to grow and fix certain things in your life and change and do things like that. And you've just been like so incredibly patient with me and just accepting me literally like exactly where I am, and you don't try to change me, and you just call forth like the things of like who I really am. And it's been life changing for me. So when I say it's been the best year of my life, I mean it. And it's, you know, obviously it has a lot to do with you, you know, and yeah, so I'm just really grateful.
Yeah, I'm grateful too. One of the reasons why I was so adamant about, you've heard it before, when you know, and it's kind of.
I never believed in that, but I guess it's true.
It absolutely.
Wait, so you know?
What? I know what? That you were the one to like be my girlfriend. Well, the thing is, it would take me a long time. I've gone on dates, like, you know, I was married in the past. I was married, and there came a time where, I didn't think I could, fall in love with somebody again. I really didn't, and it was so bad. And I tell people this, I Googled it, and like, because I went through therapy, I did all that stuff, and told myself I would go on dates and try to meet people, and I met some great people, but they just, I was literally lost as far as like I couldn't find why, I wasn't feeling what I felt before in the past, or well, I don't know what that was, but I didn't feel the real love that I thought that I needed in order to pursue a relationship with somebody. And I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody that I don't see a future with. I think that's a waste of people's time. So, I think immediately I was like, man, she's checking all the boxes. So, I was like, hey, let's do this. And so she waited about 4 days.
No.
3 days?
2.
27, 28, 29.
You did not ask me on the day we went on our first date. You
Oh,
asked
right,
me
yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah, she's right. And then she waited, and then you told me. Mm-hmm. Can you want to say that?
No, you say it.
She told me, I can't. Hold on.
Oh my God.
She said that, hey Hess, you're the most amazing person I've ever met in my life, and I can't see me going another day without you. And I was like, of course, come on, man, I'm him. And she was like, no.
Literally.
All right, it's part of that. Part of that is what
I
she said.
What I actually said was, it was a whole journey that I went through internally about this. But I'll just say it was a decision that I made on my own, and that was like a big deal for me. And I was really nervous because I normally need everyone to tell me what to do in life. And so I just, like, that morning, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to spend another moment without being his girlfriend. Like, this is crazy that I'm feeling this way. And so I prayed about it, and I just had so much peace. And so then that night I was like, I don't want to spend another moment without being your girlfriend. And then our dog threw up for about an hour.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot that I think we both bring to each other's lives, and she calls me forth, I call her forth. I didn't know that I could be as powerful as I am. She shows me a lot of things that I didn't know that I needed. And I'm grateful for that. So, we only got a little bit, another minute left or whatever, some change. We could do what we want.
So yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna
we can go into decision making. We can go into, the vision that we have for ourselves and for our future, our careers and all that. And we can get into all that. Sometimes I probably won't be here. Sometimes she probably won't be here. I don't know. It'll probably be more her than me. And most times, hopefully, we'll be here together. We're committed to this, so you know, we gotta do it.
Yeah, and we'll be as vulnerable as possible.
I'm gonna try to be that way.
Try, but
That's a new thing for me, by the way. The vulnerability part.
proud of you, baby.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for you.
So we don't know what this is called. So, you know, let us know what y'all think.
It's gonna be called.
Hess and Jasmine.
Sure.
Jasmine and Hess.
Yeah, I like that better. That has a good ring to it.
whatever.
Okay, well.
Hessman. All right, never mind.
Hessman. No.
Yeah. Right. So I guess we don't know exactly where this is gonna go.
How do you end this?
We don't know exactly where this is gonna go. We just know that we want to share with you our experience and our growth. And this might be boring. You know, it might be really boring. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there, but it's out there. We're just I don't know. I can take that back. I don't know. But it might be really boring. It might be something that we never actually.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Basically, we don't know.
It's one of those situations where you bet on yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
And just a disclaimer, I'm very strange. And I do a lot of strange things. I make a lot of faces. So, just a disclaimer. So just like, what the youth says, don't come at me.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
So yeah.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I guess a music.
Now do we high five?
No, music plays. There's music playing right now.
Do we high five now?
Edit. Okay. We're not gonna do that after every episode.
Okay, we need like a thing.
There's music playing right
Okay.
now, I think.
Bye!